Oh yeah, it's the weekend, and you know what that means. It's time for Pixels and Bits on the Overshield.com with your hosts, Corey, Manny, and Tommy. And now, broadcasting from planet Earth, it's time for Pixels and Bits. Pixels and Bits on the Overshield.com. My name is Corey. Hi. Welcome to episode 46 of Pixels and Bits on the Overshield.com. I am joined by my co-host, Manny.
What's up?
Say hi.
What's up, guys?
You just doubled.
I did.
Anyways, Tommy is not here.
Oh.
We need to think of a good excuse. Why is Tommy not here?
Well, GTA 5 did come.
He is fighting neo-Nazi zombies while riding polar bears to save the world from a nuclear war.
Oh, I thought he was fighting a village of Amish people wielding lasers.
Wait, is he wielding the lasers or the Amish?
No, the
wielding
Amish people are wielding a laser.
Oh, damn, that's quite a pickle for Tommy.
It is, especially them using electricity.
Wait, then they're traitors.
No, for Tommy, he's the.
And then there's like a secret mafia war between the Amish about like the other Amish using lasers and shit, and the others have to use pitchforks.
Yeah.
Anyways, it is time to get onto the news desk. Hit the music. All right. First off, quick announcements. Bayonetta is getting an anime.
Oh wow.
It is coming out in theaters on November 23rd. As someone who likes Bayonetta, this was just screaming to happen just because Bayonetta is so ridiculous. I can only think of one thing, honestly, in my mind that would top Bayonetta in terms of just sheer ridiculousness, and that would be the anime Gurren Lagann.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think anything's going to top two robots throwing galaxies of like their shurikens at each other.
Yeah.
I mean, nah. Second announcement, Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD is set to launch this winter. It's going to have a dual release in both Japan and North America. There's no really an exact release date, but they said it'll be here by Christmas. So, I've never really played 10. Did you, Manny?
I didn't. I was kind of on the fence about it, and then when it became like one of those $20 PlayStation Classics, I was like, should I get it? Should I not?
And you didn't.
I didn't.
You went to the strip club instead.
Not at that age. Or let's hope not.
Well, yeah, of course you were trying at that age. Third, Ghosts and Goblins Online is coming stateside via Steam Greenlight. So Steam Greenlight has actually done something good for once. I'm not a big fan of it. I feel like it's very biased. It's just like who has the bigger marketing campaign gets greenlit. I think so. But it's a free-to-play action RPG. So that would be FTPA RPG. That's really stupid. But yeah, it's no word on when it's coming, but I look forward to it. I like Ghosts and Goblins. I like the challenge, even if it is stupidly difficult. Next, Bethesda is going to release a Game of the Year version of Dishonored, and which is no surprise, since it has won Game of the Year a couple times over. It will include the game and the DLC, the Dunwall City Trials, the Nypha Dunwall, and the Brigmore Witches. It'll be released out on October 8th for Xbox 360, PS3, and PC. No next gen, obviously. At $40. That's not bad.
Now, have you played this, Corey?
Yeah, I played Dishonored, and it is a really good game. I wouldn't put it in my top 5 for 2013, honestly. but it was close. It is a really good game. My only problem was once you were done with the story, I felt like there wasn't too much replay value. You kind of just had to wait for the DLC.
No, I can't say I played it myself, so I was just curious what you thought.
I thought it was really good. It's just like what would a steampunk first-person shooter Assassin's Creed be like?
Oh, really?
That's what Dishonored is.
I might have to look into that.
It's really, really good. If you had a 360, I'd loan it to you right now. But you don't.
But I don't.
Anyways, Fable Anniversary, which I was looking forward to because I like the original Fable more so than the other ones. I don't know. I liked being able to use a bow. Shoot me, huh? Well, it's been delayed from November to February. How honestly, that seems a little. I feel like it's gonna get lost because like as soon as the next gen comes out, what do you think everybody's gonna be buying?
Yeah.
Next, yeah. Though I could speculate that they might be doing it so they can make an Xbox One version. Who knows? Next, Battlefield 4. The open beta has been detailed. I'm actually looking forward to Battlefield 4. What about you, Manny?
I can't say that I am, and I think partly that's because of being a little gun-shy from Battlefield 3 and just being so disappointed.
Battlefield 3, like, I didn't feel like it was a true sequel to Battlefield 2. I felt like it was just like, hey, let's do Bad Company, but with just bigger maps and planes.
Yeah, and it almost seemed like it went a step backwards in terms of graphics and gameplay, which made no sense to me, but...
Well, I mean, if you played it on the PC, it's the graphics look freaking gorgeous.
Well, yeah.
Like I do. But the open beta will start for PS3, PC, and Xbox 360 users on October 1st if you bought Medal of Honor, the last one. And that's the exclusive beta. The open beta starts up, I believe, 3 days later. Yes,
that's right.
October 4th.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad it starts on October 4th because it's like, goddamn, you're not gonna. Why would you put an open beta out on the same day as GTA Online?
Yeah. Hey,
no one's gonna play your shit.
Did you I got this email from EA where they're like, yeah, if you basically buy the full version of Battlefield 4 for the Xbox 360 or the PS3 now, later on, if you want to, when you get the Xbox One or PS4, you can use this voucher code based on your PS3 or Xbox 360 purchase to get the newer version for just $10 more.
Yeah, I saw that as well, and I thought that was really cool.
Me personally, I don't see any reason why to get Battlefield on the PS3, being that I would get it on PS4, so...
Oh, yeah, exactly, because, well, PS4 has the 64-player multiplayer, it looks a lot better, it has the second screen integration.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm not really interested in the second screen integration, I just want to try it out with the iPad. I just want to see just like, what's Commander mode like? And start fiddling around in touchscreens. If I had a camera right now, you'd see I'm just doing something stupid right now. Anyways, last quick news. Mighty Number 9 is confirmed to be coming to consoles as they have surpassed their 2.2 million mark. And as of right now, the project is at $2.321 million.
Wow.
And they still have 11 days to go. I don't know. I threw a few bucks at their way. I'm definitely excited for a new side-scrolling action game. I feel like there's not enough. Though I am happy that there's a new Strider.
Oh yeah.
Wait, Manny, have you played Strider?
No, I've heard of it though.
Why do I feel like I'm like the only kid from the 90s who played Strider sometimes? I mean, seriously, like, I would go over to a friend's house and be like, "What's this awesome game?" As I'm like seeing this ninja like flip through the air and slice shit. I'm like, "This is awesome!" It's like that was Strider, and that was fucking awesome. So I'm looking forward to it. Way off topic. Moving on. Sega has purchased Atlas.
Oh, interesting.
And now they own Shin Megami Tensei and Persona.
I was just gonna get to that.
So, does this mean we're gonna see Sonic and Shin Megami Tensei? Because I think every time I think of Shin Megami Tensei, I just think of the fact that the characters like shoot themselves in the head with guns.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's just like, how violent would that be with Sonic?
Oh my god.
Like, how would that just ruin your childhood?
Oh, right in it. Well, see, with Knuckles...
Like, here you go, here's a video of your childhood memory killing itself.
Yeah. Well, with Knuckles and Shadow, I could see that. But with Tails, though, I mean, he would be like that one character who wouldn't have the balls to do it, you know? Like, some of those characters. He'd be like, I don't know, guys.
Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
this thing feels kind of dangerous. Just do it, Tails.
Yeah.
Accidentally shoots Knuckles instead. Damn it, you murdered him! He was supposed to shoot himself!
All the other characters are like, don't be a bitch again, Tails. So
Well, they bought Atlas for a meager $141 million.
oh, wow.
That's really not a lot of money.
No, it's not.
I think they're gonna make bank back.
Yeah, yeah.
But I just think it's going to be curious for the future of the franchise because Sega has a lot more publishing power than Atlas's parent company.
Well, it will be interesting.
I mean, I personally, I'm glad that Capcom didn't touch this.
Mm-hmm.
I really am. Everybody thought they were, but they didn't. Stay away, Capcom.
I'm kind of surprised they haven't.
Speaking of Capcom, they only have $152 million in the bank. They don't have that much money.
Ooh, where do you hear this?
This comes from GameandRealm.com, which I believe, according to Game Industry, it's a source within another source. Yeah. But yes, Capcom does not have that much money. Which kind of it makes sense now that they're making all these like you see like games that are just meant to maximize profit. Like it's like we're gonna release another version of Street Fighter.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I was just thinking of like the Resident Evil games. How like after a while they were just doing these like subpar games, like just cranking them out like crazy.
And how far Resident Evil has fallen.
It has, man. And it's like, and then they had to introduce all these concepts like, let's have a Resident Evil series where it's like a, what do they call that? A shooting gallery kind of thing, you know, where it's just, you know, it automatically moves through the level. And even though those can be fun, like they were just, after a while, just cranking those out like crazy and it just wasn't quality, you know? It was all about quantity.
If I remember correctly, the only original creator, like one of the guys who created like their franchises and shit in the 80s and 90s, Yoshinori Ono, the guy who made Street Fighter, I think he's the only one left.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because like Kayama, Inafune, like they all of them left.
I'm
looking at Capcom. It's just like, honestly, I would like for them to finally learn their lesson, but I don't want to see a company that I worshipped as a kid to go bankrupt. Because then you have no idea what's going to happen with those properties.
Right, right.
I mean, like if Capcom goes under, there goes Monster Hunter.
Yeah, and Dragon's Dogma. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a huge fan base. Anyways, next update is on Diablo 3.
Oh yeah.
And I'm so happy to announce that they are getting rid of the auction house effective March 14th.
Oh, interesting.
No, I'm really happy because ever since that was made, like the game's currency, the gold, is worth shit. It isn't worth anything. Like if you want a decent piece of gear at like level 50, you're having to pay millions of gold. And it takes a lot of effort to get gold. Like you have to sink a good amount of time into exploring dungeons and shit. Playing the campaign over and over and over.
Oh my god.
And it's so, and they also the rare drops aren't as God, I'm so tongue twisted right now, but like what am I trying to say? Is the Diablo 3 console version fixed what was a problem with the PC, where the rare drops weren't as frequent as they should be at higher levels. Like I would go through a dungeon on about nightmare difficulty, and on the console I've seen videos where people literally get like a dozen rares in a single dungeon. I had 3. Every freaking time.
Oh man.
It was usually like 3 or 4. And it always came from a mini boss, some random barrel. I don't know why. Who stores rare armor in barrels? and then the boss drops like 2 things, and it's just like, yeah, that's it. That's the whole level. Thanks for spending your hour here. Oh, and like there's a pretty much a 90% chance that the rare stuff that drops doesn't work for your class.
Oh yeah, that's the best part.
So basically with the new Diablo expansion, I believe, what is it called? Reaper of Souls? Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah. Yeah. They're going to fix all the issues with it, and I'm really looking forward to it because Diablo is like just everything to do with like the loot and everything is so broken. Anyways, sorry that I got a little tongue twisted and I went a lot. Next story, kind of bad news if you got a PS4 or pre-order for one,
which is us.
There's a rumor that you will not be able to upload gameplay to YouTube.
Why?
I believe copyright because Twitch and Ustream, that's what they are. They're streams.
Right.
The videos can be saved, but you can choose not to. And my guess is they're gonna have a deal where like it's only streams, no videos are saved. Maybe if this is why they're taking YouTube out. I don't see any other reason why, and I hope that's not the case. I hope they come out and say that you will be able to do this. As of now, I haven't heard anything about whether or not they're gonna let up on that, but yes. Oh, another Sony news, they confirmed that yes, the PlayStation 4 camera is gesture and voice control. So guess what? It is a cheap Kinect. So that's like another dick punch to Microsoft. I love it.
Yeah.
Next Sony news, there might be another Gran Turismo in the next 1 to 2 years.
Well, if there wasn't, I think you'd have a mob on your hands.
Well, no. Think about it. When did Gran Turismo 5 come out? It's been about 4 or 5 years.
Oh yeah, and then they would tease us, with the prologue and all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. Well, and Gran Turismo 6 is coming out this month. But a whole new Gran Turismo game from built from ground up, PlayStation 4 within a year. They haven't pumped out Gran Turismo games that quickly since the old PlayStation 1 and 2 days.
Right, yeah.
Which makes me think that they're actually getting their shit together.
No, that'd actually be cool. Although, I gotta admit, I did like the handling of the cars better in Forza, especially like when we played at your house.
Yeah. No, I like Forza because it's a little more arcadey. Plus, I think this cars sound a lot like they sound like the motors sound like motors. They don't sound like vacuum cleaners. I've seen like all the videos and everything where like they go into detail how intricate like all their little systems and calculations are for Forza. It's a little ridiculous. That game could be a simulation if you want to be, but it can also be a good arcade racer, and that's why I love it more than Gran Turismo, because Gran Turismo, it's just like, you must take me seriously.
Yeah.
Hey, Gran Turismo, want a joke? What's a joke?
Yeah. You could learn a couple from Need for Speed, so.
But Kazunori Yamauchi at Polyphony, the developer for Gran Turismo, has come out and said that the next-gen Gran Turismo game is roughly 80% complete. With features such as game modes finished, and the physics engine and controls in the UIs to be polished. Wait, doesn't physics engine controls come first and then UI and game modes?
I guess not with these people.
I guess you build a game from the ground up. You start with the grass and end with actually building the game. Yes, I see how that works. Lastly, some sad news. Very sad news. A pioneer in the video game world has died today. Former Nintendo president Hiroshi Yamauchi has passed away at the age of 85 at Kyoto Hospital. For those who don't know Mr. Yamauchi, you very much owe your hobby to him, because he was the one who hired Shigeru Miyamoto and told him to make Donkey Kong and make Nintendo from a card making company to one of the largest traded companies in Japan, and making Mr. Yamauchi one of the wealthiest men in Japan.
Tough stuff there, man.
Yes. Well, I really don't think people get how big of a deal Mr. Yamauchi was. He was also he was still the largest shareholder. It was like the shareholders have control over the company a lot, remember? Mm-hmm. And he still has a lot of influence in Nintendo. He was the one who appointed Iwata because he had that much control. He was the one to tell all the other shareholders to shut up about Nintendo, basically putting their IPs on other platforms. Mm-hmm. He was the one that made Nintendo strictly in-house first party. He would, I mean, if like I could correctly say, if it wasn't for Mr. Yamauchi, PlayStation wouldn't exist. And how that works is, for those who don't know, Nintendo and Sony worked together back in the 90s, and they were working to make the Nintendo 64. It was originally going to be a CD-based console, and then Nintendo backed out and went with Philips. And look at how well that worked, aka Philips CDI. Sony then, pissed off at Mr. Yamauchi, said, hey, we're going to make our own game console, and they did, and it was PlayStation.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that's how it all evolved.
Oh, another fun fact, Miyamoto was originally hired to not make Donkey Kong, but he was originally hired to make a Popeye game. It was instead of Donkey Kong, it was Bluto. Instead of the Preach, it was Olive. Instead of like Peach or whatever her name is, I don't know what it's just like the girl. It was Olive Oil, and then instead of Mario, it was Popeye. But then Miyamoto thought it would be a better idea to change it around. He showed it to Yamauchi, and he greenlit it.
Interesting.
He hired Gunpei Yokoi, who created the Game Boy and basically created the handheld market. I mean, if it wasn't for this guy, this one man, Nintendo would still be making playing cards. And the industry itself, there would be no Mario, there would be no PlayStation, there would be no Game Boys. I mean, just think about it. Who knows? There probably wouldn't even be a fucking Xbox. Everything could still be fucking freaking Atari.
Yeah, Nintendo did definitely revolutionize the way we see games and even develop them, for that matter. So yeah.
But yes. So honestly, it does. It is a little sad that that's one of what I like to call one of the four pioneers has been lost. The four pioneers, in my opinion, being Mr. Yamauchi, Miyamoto, Nolan Bushnell, and then oh shit, who am I forgetting? Ralph Baer, the guy who basically created the home console to begin with. But yeah, so moment of silence for Mr. Hiroshi Yamauchi. And that is the end of the news desk. And it's time to move on to the middle segment, which is... What is it, Manny?
It is...
It couldn't possibly have something to do with this game I'm holding in my hand called Grand Theft Auto 5.
I thought it was Grand Theft Auto V.
Grand Theft Auto V?
V.
Oh, yeah. That makes more sense.
V for, like, I don't know, Victor, Virgin.
Grand Theft Auto Virgin. That makes total sense, man. But yes, we are talking about Grand Theft Auto 5 and how amazing it is.
Oh, yeah.
And I think let's get started. What is the most ridiculous thing you have done that wasn't a story mission? Like, have you gone out and just, like, blown shit up?
Oh my gosh, it's like, what haven't I done? If I had to describe this game in one word, I would say liberating. And the reason, and the reason
it's Manny's anger management therapy.
Well, did you see Adam Sessler's review over this game?
Yeah.
Like he described it as like chaotic, and then I forgot what else it was. But yeah, I definitely was on page with him, but I thought liberating was kind of a better word for my experience, just because I like how literally it's one of those games you just pick up. It's not like you really have to learn anything, but even more so, like if you want to do something, like whether it be something as simple as calling up one of your buddies or something like that for them to join you, or a quick cab ride to the strip club. I mean, it happens and it's instant. It's not like you have to wait later on into the game to unlock these things. In fact, I was
or like for me, I was driving along and all of a sudden, like, I see this guy having an argument with his wife, and his wife is throwing his clothes out, and he's just like, hey, can you just take me to the golf club? It's the only place I feel home at.
Yeah.
And I did, and it was some rich asshole. He's like, tell you what, come golfing with me, I'll pay for your club fees. And I did, and I enjoyed it. It was, I mean, like, I've never seen something that's just like, that's so off the track like that. It's just like, it's like most people look at GTA and it's like, yeah, it's about beating up hookers and robbing banks and being a criminal. But then you could turn around and just be like trying to get an eagle on a par 6, par 4, whatever the hell.
Yeah.
I'm not good at golf.
Me neither. But no, it's so cool because it's like, when on previous GTA games, it's like you just get this feeling where it's basically everything the previous model had and then maybe a couple new items. But this one is just so off the charts, and like things that you just couldn't do before, but also bringing back, the classic, features of the other games. So all in all, you get this ridiculous package,
So now, Manny, detail your most insane GTA moment.
Oh god, most insane GTA moment. Oh jeez. Oh god. I don't know, man. I'd have to kind of think about it, because I mean, there was just so much that goes on,
Yeah. I'll tell you mine.
Yeah, why don't you start it?
All right. So, I hijacked a Lamborghini and was driving it really freaking fast until a basically like one of those semi trucks sideswiped me and basically took out crushed my back tire, so I couldn't really do anything. So I shot the driver and took his car, and I'm just driving around with a semi truck, and the police are chasing me because obviously I shot a guy. So I lure the police to the interstate and to an interstate ramp, and I turn the semi sideways and pour a trail of gasoline from it, lighting the gasoline, blowing up the trailer truck, and killing a few police officer guys. Then I start causing mayhem on the interstate with a grenade launcher and piling up the interstate with blown up cars. I then see a blimp above me and I shoot it. It falls down on the interstate. Which promptly, as I started causing more explosions, a single lone sports car somehow made it through all that shit at full speed and nailed me head on. And I died.
Finally. No, most craziest moment, I guess, actually what happened just a few minutes ago. Like, it was the first time I really decided to test the what's it called? The crime meter, you know? Because before, I think the max I'd ever gotten was maybe 2 or 3 stars at most, but definitely not the 4-star. I have yet to still even make 5-star, but, no, it just got so crazy where it's like, you know, the typical shootout chase kind of thing. And I've been practicing the quick turn, you know, where it's like the drifting. And I got it to a point where now I have it so I can quickly do like a quick 180. So then that way I'm going in reverse, kind of like a Fast and Furious motion. And then I can shoot, you know, from the windshield, but still driving in reverse. And then what's his name is in the car with you. Franklin. Yeah, Franklin. Yeah. Still trying to get their names. Yeah. But anyways, yeah, he was in there too with me. So it's pretty crazy. Like, in fact, he ended up dying during the car chase, which I was surprised because he had an Uzi. So he's dishing out quite a bit, but I guess he took a lot too. So I didn't realize it till later on when we like hit a tree and the car stops. And then I'm like, Franklin, what are you doing, man? And he's just like, you know, laying there humped over on you. It's like, oh, I didn't realize he can die on these things, but...
Yeah, and then he shows up at a hospital and sends you a bill.
Yeah, yeah.
But what's your favorite thing about GTA, and what's your least favorite thing?
Favorite thing is definitely switching between the characters. Like, it's not like the past ones where, you know, you start out really, really low and it's like, God, it's gonna take forever to level up. But then you can just quickly jump over to one of the other guys and then just be like, oh, you know, I got a mansion now and I got all this extra stuff and I can buy all the expensive guns that I couldn't buy with Franklin. With Franklin, I was lucky to even buy a knife. So
no, but later on, I got Franklin to be more rich than Michael.
Yeah.
Because I got Franklin a house in Vinewood, and you know what the first thing I did in that house was?
No.
I found the bong. I was just like, I wonder what, like, this is gonna make me like drive like ultra slow or something. I don't know. So I did, and Frank's just like, man, I don't feel shit. I ain't high. I mean, I can't see. I don't even feel it in my toes. I can't feel my toes.
No, man, I'll tell you what, it may not sound like it was crazy, but for me it was pretty crazy the first time I went to the strip club. And the thing is, I totally forgot that those were in this game. I was just, you know, it was just playing as Franklin for the first time, cruising around, and I see that symbol of the shoes. So I'm thinking, oh, it must be like literally a shoe store, you know, not a strip club. So after showing up there and then, you know, getting the experience, like, oh, you can make it rain? So, I mean, God, with Franklin, you know, he's only got like, you know, $60 to start out with. But then, you know, you switch over.
Oh, you took Michael.
Yeah, with Michael, and it's like, oh, he's got $7,000. I mean,
yeah, he has family issues already.
Yeah. So it was, you know, what's really sad is I practically have all the dancers in that area memorized and pretty much all leveled up except the one trainee chick and the one goth chick. I didn't like those.
Wait. Did you do booty call on all of them?
Actually, some of them won't do it with you, and I wonder if it has to do with like if they already set up a relationship with one character, they won't do it with the others. Although I noticed Cheetah.
No, some girls won't sleep around.
Yeah.
So that's the thing in the game.
Yeah.
No, but like my favorite thing is the writing. I think it's super well written.
Oh yeah.
The conversations feel natural and fluid and really freaking funny.
Yeah.
The voice actors did an amazing job with it too.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest gripe is, I would say, the story central thing, which is basically, it's just saying, it's like, hey, Michael and friends are in such and such situation. They must get out of like such and such situation with so and so. To get out with doing stuff with so and so, they must do stuff with so and so.
Yeah.
It's just like, really? That was the best?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just so like for me the story was a tad of a letdown, but the characters and the writing and the setting just kind of wipe that under the rug a little bit.
Yeah, I think also too, and maybe I'm just kind of being biased from listening to all the other reviews, but it seems like there's a lot of, you know, social commentary on, you know, these you know, taboo themes that other games just either quickly look over or barely even touch, but this game goes all out and addresses them, you know, from from politics to, you know, the whole torture issue. I mean, you've heard that a lot, I'm sure.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
There is just FYI for those. There is a torture level.
And you cannot skip it.
There is a level where you
Yeah.
rip a guy's teeth out.
Yeah, and you have to do it in detail. It's ridiculous. I haven't done it yet, but I'm kind of looking forward to it just to see how bad it really is, or not.
Oh, it's the tooth scene was a little cringeworthy for me. Mostly because I hate the dentist.
But no, for me, my biggest gripe actually is the driving, and I think and particularly like, I don't know, maybe I'm just used to too many games where the cars feel like they're magnetic, but I remember when I first drove in this game, I just felt like I was driving on ice, you know, or like the wheels were on butter. It's like, this is ridiculous.
Well, as someone who plays a lot of games like that, like I'm like, if you were to challenge me to any racing game, I would kick your ass at dirt.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like that is my game, so I'm used to playing games where playing driving games where I'm on a loose surface. So for me, I have no problems. I could literally take like tricked out Lamborghini, going full speed down the highway, no scratch. Especially if I'm with Franklin. Trevor, maybe not so much because he's the weaker driver. But I mean, honestly, like, I'm really not surprised that this game has nearly made $1 billion so far.
Yeah.
It really doesn't surprise me. And I think my favorite character out of the three is definitely Trevor. But I like Franklin's supporting cast a lot more. Like, his interactions with Lamar are hilarious.
Yes. Holy cow.
Can't repo the assets of a dead man, boo. I mean, it just blew me away. Like, it had that very gang feel to it. Like, well, not gang, but the hood. You understand, like the atmosphere and everything. It felt very appropriate.
Yeah.
Especially when Franklin later gets into this shootout with like a bunch of other gang members over a drug deal gone bad and everything, and the atmosphere is perfect.
Yeah, and they're not always like thuggish. Sometimes they're very comedic. You know, it reminds you of the movie Friday. You know, like that kind of like that kind of humor and that relationship. So yeah, I like the mixture and the characters themselves. I'm just trying to think, what else was it I was going to say something I liked about it. I couldn't remember now.
Now, if you were to give GTA a rating right now, what would you give it?
Oh God, I don't know if I could yet because I haven't even played Trevor yet. But just on my experience, it's like I want to give it a 10 out of 10, but I don't know. That may just like too much of that is hype. Like maybe I need to give it, you know, a couple weeks. That way I get more experience in depth with the game and then really get it better. And you know, the other thing too is I'm waiting on the multiplayer.
Yeah. I like Angry Joe pointed this out.
Yeah.
It feels difficult to review something when you don't have the full package.
Yeah.
However, I'm looking at GTA Online as a separate package from GTA 5. I feel like GTA 5 is really just a gateway to GTA Online.
Yeah.
Like I feel like what's gonna happen is GTA Online is going to be the future of Grand Theft Auto. I theorize that what they're gonna do is like, for expansion packs, it's just like, hey, you get to have GTA Online, you get to go to Vice City or Liberty City, or like go to all these other, or maybe go to cities that haven't been done before. So
I'm curious what online's going to be like.
That.
Well, because like I've read some people, they're kind of worried that it will be like a war zone of 12-year-olds, you know. So it's like
that worries me a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Like I'm like, it does worry me, like especially the fact that you like all the money in your pocket, if you die, it's up for grabs.
Yeah.
And that makes me so worried. It's just like, man, I'm gonna go down to the gun store and get some awesome stuff. Some 12-year-old's like, hey, faggot, like, kills me and starts stomping at me as he's taking my cash.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't look forward to that. Though, if I do see a 12-year-old in GTA, I will harass them thoroughly until they quit playing, because they shouldn't play it.
Now I gotta ask.
After seeing the strip club.
Oh yeah. I gotta ask, if for some reason they release this again on next gen, would you consider purchasing it? Especially then that way we're all on the same network.
Yes, I actually would, because I believe that the game will not only look better on next gen platforms, but I feel like that the multiplayer will be expanded. So instead of like 16 players, it could be like 32 players, 48 players. I mean, who knows? And that would be really, really cool. Like, instead of, it's like, as soon as I heard it was only 16-year buds, I'm like, that's cool, but the map is so big.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I feel like there needs to be, like, if you're gonna do online, throw a few more people on the map if you can. But I can understand that they're limited by the tech of this generation. I mean, they're really pushing it. Especially with like water. Like I had a lot of frame rate issues when I was using the submarine.
Oh, really?
I was coming up and I was above the waves, and like my frame rate would go down to about 8-9 frames a second.
Really?
Yes. But back to the main topic. As for what I would give as a score for GTA 5, my score is to be determined once you watch the review next week.
Way to tease the story.
Yeah, I know. But it's definitely my favorite game of 2013 so far.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm still waiting on the multiplayer, but for now, just based on the single player gameplay, I'd give it a 9, hands down, maybe a 9.5. I mean, it's just ridiculous, dude,
Why not a 10?
Why not a 10? Because, I mean, it's not totally perfect, Like, I'm still kind of bent out of shape on the whole driving mechanics, but I'm getting used to it. And I think the other thing too is I'm kind of reserved because I haven't even played as Trevor yet, so I'm curious as to what his part of the story is like and what he has to add.
Yeah, you'll get to meet Trevor and all his meth head friends.
Yeah.
Like I like Trevor's like little deal. It's like Breaking Bad. If Breaking Bad smoked their own product and it was a complete sociopath.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anyways, that is the end.
Oh wait,
of the middle segment.
One other thing I was gonna say, Corey. After playing this game, you should name your new dog, unless you've already given it a name.
Well, I've already named the dog. His name's my puppy's name is Toby.
Ah, Toby. I was gonna say Chop from the game because remember?
Oh hell no!
You told me you wanted something that's like one syllable, and I'm like, what?
No. As soon as I saw the scene where Chop was humping another dude dog, I was just like, hell no! Chop is no longer cool. But anyways, that is the end of the middle segment, and it's time to move on to shoutouts because Tommy's not here to do people doing stupid shit.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways. Manny, shout out.
Oh yeah.
Can't shout out Grand Theft Auto 5 because that was a whole freaking middle segment dedicated to it.
Well, I don't know. I kind of have a couple of shout outs if you don't mind. This first one, man, too bad Tommy is not here because I already know you're gonna be like, no. But my first shout out has to go to GameStop, and here's why. Here's why, Corey. Hear me out, man. So I call him up. I'm trying to think, what was it? Monday evening, and I'm like, hey guys, can you do any more pre-orders? And they're like, yeah, of course. You just can't, order it online and pick up at the store. If you want to pick up at the store, you have to do it at the store. I'm like, all right. But then I never made around time to it. So the next day I go pick it up, and I'm thinking, I'm just gonna get the regular copy, no extra stuff. In fact, I went to the Grindstone location, and online it says they don't have any, but when I talked to the guy there, he's like, well, I still have a couple here for you. So he not only had copies when the online site said they don't, but he gave me a copy that had all the pre-order stuff, dude. And
Which was
which wasn't a lot. It was basically the blimp thing, and
That's what I
yeah,
got.
that and the poster. But it's like I could have just gotten a regular copy, like everyone else would have gotten at Walmart or anywhere else. But no, and this guy's done this with me before, and maybe it's because I just go at the Grindstone location a lot. But he didn't even announce that, dude. He just is like, yeah, we still have some more copies, and I thought that was it. I didn't realize those were pre-order copies. So yeah, man, kudos to those guys, and I know GameStop gets a lot of bad rap, especially when you see those memes where it's like your entire video game library, $5 at GameStop. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Oh yeah, it shows like a whole like room full of games. It's just like GameStop's like, we'll give you $250 for it.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure you know this, Corey, but if you ever went to that location here in Columbia, Missouri, over on Grindstone, they're all so laid back, and they're, different folks of different styles of gamers and genres of gamers all go there. In fact, they even have this one girl who's there who's really big on the RPGs and stuff, so she's cool to talk to. But so that'd be.
Oh, that sounds like a potential girlfriend for you, Manny.
No, Corey.
Manny's single, people.
But I do love those JRPGs, which actually goes to my next shout out, if you don't mind. Which actually goes to the company TriAce, which unfortunately no longer exists. But when they did, they were cranking out some pretty sweet games, including Star Ocean. The current series that I'm really getting into, and it's for the PSP, and I even picked up the game for the PS2, is Valkyrie Chronicle.
Valkyria
Yeah. No, not Chronicles.
God damn it!
Yeah,
Now I'm doing
Profile. Valkyrie Profile. There's a Valkyrie Profile original that was actually released in '92 for the PlayStation, but then they released in 2000 or shortly afterwards a PSP port of that same game, which is good because the original cost almost $500. I'm like, no. So
That's something Manny could have.
yeah, naughty. But yeah, the PS2 copy of the game, which is actually Valkyrie Profile 2. That one's really hard to find, but it's only $20 on Amazon, so went ahead and picked that up. So
Look at you, Mr. I'm gonna save my money.
I know, it's like within 1 week you have Diablo 3.
Within 1 week,
Yeah.
he contradicts himself.
By the way, Diablo 3 is freaking amazing, man. Ever since I loaded that started playing it on my own here at home, I'm like level 27.
It's Manny's crack.
Yeah, it pretty much. Heck, I even got my sisters on it right now, which is ridiculous. So.
Oh my god, your sisters are now addicted to fantasy blood and gore.
You want to guess which classes they play as? One of them likes to play as a female, was it Demon Hunter? And the other one likes to play as a female wizard like I do, because she's like, oh, you can freeze people? Like, yeah, that comes in handy.
Alright, my shout out is pretty simple. My shout out is a fuck you to Fox News.
Oh, wow, Corey.
And which is hard for me to say because I am a bit of a right-wing guy. But I this really pissed me off is when Mr. Good old Bill O'Reilly came out and brought on some child psychologist from nowhere to talk about, oh yes, violent video games are violent and GTA is the cause of the Navy Yard shooting.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I'm just gonna say this. If you can't get the fact that you can't discern fantasy from reality, and you want, it's just like, oh, it's like, I just played GTA 5. Hey, maybe I should go shoot up a Walmart or something. No! You should be in a mental hospital. Normal people don't do this shit.
Well, not just that, but it's like the real underlying issue is where are the parents, you know?
Exactly. But the thing is that parents, I can't say no to kids now.
Well, that's their fault. I mean,
Yeah.
It's not the kids, and it's certainly not the game developers.
And I think what's funny is that they took a poll in this
Mhm.
to say, hey, do you think violent video games lead to mass murders? 99% said no. So whoever promoted the story is a retarded dick
Oh man.
who's living in the 1950s. I mean, this really isn't helping. The industry is working super hard to get rid of this misconception, and god damn it, mainstream media isn't helping. I mean, seriously. So, you know, I mean, like, crime has been around forever. It's just like, and the crime is all the way down, which it's like, oh, if crime is down, then then game sales would have to be down because, well, if you make the correlation, video games cause violence, da 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 da. But, like, one of my friends made it a good comment saying, yeah, what video game was Hitler playing?
Oh yeah, yeah, I saw that.
To which I said he was probably playing Call of Duty 7 Gas Warfare.
Corey. Below the belt, man.
That's really bad taste. Yeah. But yes, that is we're gonna on that bombshell. We're going to end Pixels and Bits episode 46. Oh god, I said bombshell. Oh, my name is Corey.
And my name's Manny.
We'll see y'all next week, folks. Bye bye.
Make it rain.
Oh god.